and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They go play action. Mariota. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Off the play fake, Mariota. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Agnew now to return. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. On their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll go again with Etienne. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll run with Etienne. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Play action now. Mariota. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And some room to work. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Lions will take over possession here up at the 44. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very 1st quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit. Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Rolling to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. And in for the Lions. Touchdown of the season. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
Oh, I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the 1st half here, a long way to go. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Lawrence will throw. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On 2nd and 2, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On the set. 61, mark, box, right. Hey, stand on.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll send a receiver in motion left. From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Jaguars.
The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, exit.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Buying time to his left. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Etienne will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Once more, Etienne. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. They'll try to run with Etienne. And trying to shake free, but he will stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does.
Field goal is pretty darn good.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll run right here with Swift. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. After the sack on 1st down, Lawrence eluding the pressure right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Lawrence. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The offense for last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On play action, Mariota. And that's out to the flat for Swift. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Mariota. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Play fake. Mariota rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamal Williams, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Slant complete to Etienne. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee he has open space.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. Coach. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, look
at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Mariota now. Right side to Williams. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a 1st down, and he's also over 190 receiving yards now. What a game.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing, Mariota on the move to his left. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. Hold him to just a yard.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
There they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Mariota. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back to the running game with Swift. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Swift. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Henderson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he's going to be out of bounds here as his guys will have it to start the 4th. This time has run out on quarter number 3. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 31 yards. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Extra point try now for Patterson. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Mariota. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And this offense on 3rd down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Mariota now from the 50. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 50 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
On play action, Lawrence.
Looking left side, and it's complete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Straight ahead, ETN.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll run with ETN.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Here's Raymond bringing it out.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mariota.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Mariota here to throw. He's airing it out for Williams.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long complete.
Could play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And they're going to get this to about the 40.